Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I have some crazy MMA news. So it has been reported that the UFC and One Championship are working on a trade for Demetrious Johnson for Ben Askren, Demetrious Johnson to One FC, and for Ben Askren to the UFC. So it's been reported. It's not like fake news. At first, I thought it was. I thought it was just somebody making some lies up on Twitter, but did not see that's been reported by ESPN and several other media sites that they're talking about it. But I don't think it's actually set in stone. I think it's just in the talking phase. Like they're thinking, oh, this might work, but it's not really no negotiations going on. There's not no real pen to paper going on. I think it's just talk. And as far as like my opinion on how the situation will work, I think it's actually kind of ludicrous. I honestly think I don't know, some fans make up this stuff like, oh, the 125-pound division don't, like the 125, the flyweight division doesn't draw. But the 135-pound division doesn't really draw either, outside of maybe like two fighters. And that out of those two fighters, it's not TJ Dillashaw. Because TJ Dillashaw is really not a draw. And hasn't proven not to be a draw, though he's like everything fans could ask for in a little bit of way. He's not really a draw himself. He has the skills, he has the talent. He seems like he's a exciting fighter, but I guess people just don't like small guys, and they maybe not really like that tuned into what he's doing. So like you saying the 125-pound division go, and then maybe the 135 has to go as well, because they're drawing about the same amount of numbers, and they have just about the same amount of stars in each division. And then it's not like they're talking about this guy's so small. If 125 is small, 135 is small as well. I think maybe the cutoff would be 135, but 145 has enough talent, especially they still have Conor McGregor like aura lingering around, and his history with several fighters in that division. So 145 has some life, but 135 is really kind of been just in the same position as 125, except the hardcores give it a little more respect. That's about it. So as far as the trade goes, like I said, it's coming at a weird time. You got Demetrious Johnson, one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, just coming off his first loss in forever. The most defenses in UFC history, like the most consecutive defenses in UFC history. And you got Ben Askren basically retired and said he will only come back for big fights. So you got a retired guy, and you got a guy, one of the greatest of all time, just coming off his first loss in forever. And like, why trade him? It's not like it's the NBA or NFL or MH. I mean, whatever. It's not one of these big sports leagues where they like paying players like multi-million-dollar contracts. Most like really in the like MMA, it's like it's a contract where you always proving if you're worth it every time out. Like you can't have a bad game in NBA. You can't have like 20 bad games and still be on some good contract. Whereas like in MMA, it's like as soon as you start looking bad, they can cut you. They could cut you in this like from the UFC or cut you from any organization. Not like you can just go out there and play bad and just be on some contracts. Like most likely you're going to get like $200,000, $300,000 per fight. I'm not saying like everybody. I'm talking about as far as like a Ben Askren. That's probably what he's going to get. He's going to come in and get a $200,000 or $300,000. So it's not going to be no bank breaking contract for Ben Askren. Yes, he's undefeated. Yes, he's good, and yes, he's all that. But the UFC is like a organization that's like yes, being good is a big part of it. But I think the biggest part of it is being a draw. Like because being good gets you there and like keeps you around, but being a draw what's going to get you paid, like, because you could be in there good and win a belt, but they're going to give you like that minimum championship contract, like around $300,000 a fight or $200,000 something a fight. Then if you could draw, the sky's the limit. Like Conor McGregor, he's drawing making like multi-million-dollar, like multi-millions per fight. So I'm like, in MMA and combat sports, the sky's the limit as far as you can win and you can draw. But the floor is also very low as well, because you can't draw, you can't win, you could be picking up scraps. But that's kind of getting off the topic. I think as far as like, that's like kind of what I'm trying to go in this direction, that it's not really going to break anybody's back to trade any of these fighters, or well, for any of these organizations to pick up any of these fighters. Because like Demetrious Johnson, as good as he is, he's never been getting paid no big money. It's not like the UFC gave him some big, nice, lofty contract where he's making $1 million per fight or $2 million per fight. He's making about average championship salary. He's making about $300,000 per fight outside of sponsors or whatever else going on. So he's not making no crazy money. So it's not like, oh, the UFC losing so much money by having him there. And Ben Askren is not going to come over and get no big contract. So the trade is kind of pointless. Like I said, with those other organizations, like these NBA players and other athletes are getting paid so much money that they're like on a budget that they got to kind of work around that budget. So trades are a natural option. Like, because, oh, we don't have enough money to do this, so let's trade a player to get another player, or get some other player that will work better in our system or on our team, or at least maybe just be financially a better move for us. With the MMA, I mean, with the UFC and MMA, it doesn't even matter in this case, because, like I said, none of these people are super big bank breakers or back breakers. They're doing pretty much working, making the right amount of money they should be making. Matter of fact, they're making below the money they should be making. Most of them, like Mighty Mouse should be making a little bit more money. Ben Askren probably should be making some decent more money, but either way, it's not enough that you would have to be forced to. Only way you can negotiate getting one of these fighters or getting rid of one of these fighters by trading them. It's like it don't make no sense. I think in the sense that it's going to bring more attention, it might do that. And I think that's really all it's going to be. It's going to be about the attention factor. I don't think the UFC is going to get rid of the 125-pound division. Oh, because Mighty Mouse lost it. I think Dana White wanted to do because he didn't really like Mighty Mouse because Mighty Mouse wasn't fighting TJ Dillashaw. He was thinking that maybe that fight could add more attention to both divisions and pretty much make both divisions more popular. Maybe that was what he was thinking. He never liked Mighty Mouse for that factor, or he would kind of add a little bit of animosity towards Mighty Mouse for not taking that fight when he wanted him to. But it's not like he was even going to pay Mighty Mouse a lot of money for that fight. He's going to pay Mighty Mouse regular salary for that fight. So that fight will be so big, but he's going to pay Mighty Mouse regular like $300,000 to fight TJ Dillashaw, even though it's supposed to be a super fight, or maybe definitely still well under $1 million to fight in a fight that's supposed to be one of the biggest fights in MMA history. Not even, but it's supposed to be a super fight, but get paid basic salary where he's getting paid to fight anybody else in his division. So like, as far as like I'm saying, I'm talking about the monetary side. The trade doesn't make sense. And as far as like popularity of divisions, 125 is just about there with every other division. The UFC is a whole really not drawing too much outside of the stars. People come for the stars, but they're not really coming to see the new talent or coming to see the other talent. Like the people that's champions right now, they're like, oh, I'll come for Conor McGregor. I'll come for John Jones. I'll come sometimes for Daniel Cormier. If Ronda Rousey come back, I'll see her. But everybody else is like, we don't really care to see them. That's pretty much what the UFC. They had Stipe Miocic, heavyweight champion. Talking about one side, always the biggest weight class versus the smallest weight class. Stipe Miocic was one of the best heavyweights in UFC history, and he really wasn't drawing. And people didn't really care about him. And he fought in a super fight against Daniel Cormier, John Jones' rival, and that fight didn't even touch $1 million. So it's like this whole talk about draw factor. Really, nobody really at all is drawing outside of the stars. But yeah, to end this video off, I just don't think the trade makes much sense. Like, to some people might say it makes sense because the 125 division is boring or this and that, or it's not drawing. But when you think of it, like how MMA is run or how the UFC is run and what the cost is and what this is, it doesn't make any sense for them to have a trade. Because it's not, like I said, it's not the NBA, it's not the NFL, it's not like they're giving these people these huge contracts, multi-year contracts. It's giving them like a couple fights and they get them pretty much what they feel they're worth. They don't get them above that. I don't get them like, oh, what you could potentially make. Like, we'll give you what you think we think you are worth, and what do we know we can recover back from you. And then if you can actually draw more than that, then we'll give you more than that. But it's not no organization gonna give you more than you're worth up front off of guesses. Like, they're gonna give you what they think you're worth, and then if you can improve yourself to get more money, then they'll give you more money or they give you better contracts. But like I said, it doesn't make no sense to really trade. It sounds like it makes sense, when you think about it, it doesn't. So that's about all I gotta say for this video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.